And this is obviously the small beginning of 3D Africa. I may not be able to show my video. I will just show my face a bit. I look very terrible this morning. I've been down, but I just didn't want to turn down Adeola. You can hear it from my voice.
Yes, sir.
I think through the night, I couldn't sleep. I've been down. So my face looked terrible. I've not even taken my bath this morning. But it's okay. I will.
No, there's no problem about that. There's no problem about that, sir. You can write on.
Thank you very much, guys. So this morning, when we say something is a workshop, workshop means that the place where the practical stuff is done. That's the meaning of workshop. It is not a training. There's a difference between training, seminar, conference, and workshop. Seminar is probably maybe just a few hours, quickly, tips that you need to get things done. Training takes like
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. Please, we cannot really get you well. I don't know what is disturbing in the background. Please.
It's not from my side. I've been hearing that noise.
Yes.
Maybe Adeola, you need to check your background. Although
okay.
It's raining here, but it's not. My windows are soundproof to an extent.
All right.
Okay, so when we say training might take like a day or two for training. But when we now say conference is when you get different kind of professionals to talk at the same time on different aspects of business. But workshop is where you actually look at the practical side of things. That's what workshop is, where you actually look at the practical side of things. That's what we call workshop. And this morning, I want us to critically examine some aspects of business, And I believe that you will learn a lot from those aspects of business that we are going to be looking at. Just give me a minute. I believe you will learn a lot from those aspects that we are going to be looking at. Of course, when we talk about business, it is important that you start from the root, because you can't take business from the surface. And what most entrepreneurs in Nigeria do is that they take business from the surface level. People believe because I have an idea and I have some money or no money, then I should be able to start my own business. Or there is this wrong notion that if you're tired of your 9 to 5 and you want to seize your own time, then you should start your own business. Well, those are unnecessary myths that people had add on to in business. If you are in 9 to 5 and you decide to leave 9 to 5 to say, I want hold of my time, that's why I want to start my own business, you have missed it. Because you become more busy than when you are even 9 to 5. And every day you have to wake up working endlessly and so very hard for you to be able to make up for the automated salary you should have been getting in your 9 to 5. So now what am I trying to say in essence? That's a myth. Then the fact that you have an idea and you have money or capital, or you don't have none to execute that idea, doesn't make you a business person, because there are some details of business that you must put into consideration. And those are some of the details that we are going to look at. I know that this platform, we have those who have been in business. We have those who have been in business. We have those who are just trying to start their own businesses. But I want us to look at business from a different perspective. I want us to look at business from a different perspective. And I will be speaking on intentional networking. Intentional networking. That is what I will be speaking on. Intentional networking. Because a lot of people go into business and they wonder why they are struggling in business. And someone who probably may not be as intelligent as you, or may not be as financially buoyant as you, and you'll be wondering why the person's business is thriving and why the person is making serious progress. Of course, like the saying, you obviously do not know what the person's masquerade is doing in the background. And that is why before you start your business, which is the primary thing, you must have a sizable network. And that is why I'm talking about intentional networking strategies that you need as a business person. Intentional networking strategy that you need as a business person. When we talk about the intentional networking strategy that you need as a business person, number one, what is networking, or what is intentional networking? Intentional networking is the deliberate planning and action of interacting with others to exchange information and develop professional or social contacts. Now I repeat that again. I said intentional networking is the deliberate planning and action of interacting with others to exchange information and develop professional or social contacts. Now, when we say, look at the word deliberate planning.
Hello, sir. Please, sir, can you make me host back so that I can mute people? There's someone that is making noise here.
Okay, I'm with you. Go ahead and do that.
Please make me host. Make me host again. You are the host. Now make me host so we can mute that person.
I doubt so. It's a link that
You are the host now. Yes, I made you host.
Where do I see that?
Okay. It's part of our what's it called? This person is making a bit of noise.
I'm trying.
You just click on the participants and click on my name and press make host. The noise is quite much.
Looking at how I got here. How did I get here?
Okay, I think the noise is back now. You can continue, sir. I think the noise is
Okay.
Okay.
Even try-
So if the noise persists, it's just for you to leave that place and relocate.
no. It's people that are joining in. It's people that
Okay.
are joining in. So I want him to make me so that I can try to mute
Okay,
everyone.
but it seems as if he's not familiar with it.
Okay, I'm trying to do that now.
Okay.
Okay. Adiola, I've done that.
Yes. Okay, that's good. I will mute everybody now. You can proceed, sir.
So, like I said, intentional networking is a deliberate planning, an action of interacting with others to exchange information and develop professional or social contacts. There must be a deliberate planning. When we say deliberate planning, it means that you need to sit down and look at what you intend to do. You know, these are the actions that the likes of successful people in businesses take before they go into business. You know, you sit down and ask yourself, who are the people that I need for me to start and launch this business successfully? Where do I find them? So that is what we mean by deliberate planning. And we say it is also a deliberate action. It means that you don't just plan and leave it on paper. I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs, they have so much on paper than the actions that they are taking. I've been there before too. So action is also part of the factor. And then interacting, we say it is deliberate planning and action of interacting with others, meaning that you have to interact with someone. You cannot say, I'm in business, then I'm an introvert, I'm not an extrovert. Or you cannot exist as a business person and exist in your own island. So you must be able to interact with people. And you interact in order to exchange information. You interact in order to exchange information. Look at that word, exchange. Exchange means that you have some information for the person. The person also has some information for you. Then the exchange of that information would lead to the development of professional or social contact. You know, it will lead to the development, you develop professional or social contact. So before you start your business, this is what you must do. You sit down with pen and paper and you do a deliberate planning of the list of people that you will need, the kind of information that you will want to exchange with them. We don't just plow into business because we have an idea, or you have the money, or you have the wherewithal to run the business. I've seen people with businesses who started such businesses with millions of naira and they ran it down. I've seen several of them across the globe, not just in Nigeria alone. The reason is because the majority of them, they did not take this foundational step. Now, 5 reasons why you need intentional networking. 5 reasons why you need to network intentionally. 5 reasons. Number 1, you need to network to be more visible. People have to see you. You know, I said earlier, you can't say you are an introvert or be an island of your own and you say you are running a business. No, you can't do that. You can be a quiet person, like somebody like me. You sit with me for 2 hours, I may not make more than 1 or 2 statements. But when it comes to the aspect of business, you see the lion in me will come out. So we don't have, oh, I'm an introvert, or I want to be doing it in my own way, in my own small corner. No. You have to intentionally network to be more visible. You have to be more visible. In fact, I always say this. It is the person that the people knows or sees all the time that they will call. If they don't see you all the time, if they don't know you, nobody will know that you are existing. So you must find a way to be more visible on all your networking platform. Then number 2, I'm still on that 5 reason. To have influence and power, you need to do intentional networking so that you can have influence and power. Because influence and power says a lot in business. Some of us will be wondering, why is it possible for people like Dangote to be able to launch businesses in other African countries? How did people like Strive Masayiwa able to launch businesses in countries that is outside his own country? It is very simple. They have influence and power. So any country they are getting into, the first thing they do is to network to create that influence and power. They don't just start business and say, I have money, let me go into Nigeria, or let me go into Kenya, or let me go into Uganda and start my business. No, they go, they connect with those that will help the business to be successful in these countries. So they have influence and power. That's the second thing that you need. You need influence, you need power. So as you network with people, you build influence, you build power, you build people that can do things for you without requesting for money almost immediately. You build people that can help you open doors to places. I remember when I was starting the marketer walked into my office. Then it was Diamond Bank before it became Access Bank now. They walked into my office and the guy was trying to sell their product to me. And I told him, I said, I like you. I want to keep a relationship with you. I want to bank with your bank, but I need you to put me in front of your branch manager. If you put me in front of your branch manager, I need to develop a relationship with your branch manager. And when he eventually put me in front of the branch manager, I spoke with the woman that I'm just starting my business, but I believe that this business will turn over millions in short a time. And I want to be dedicated to this bank. And I just don't want to bank. I need a friend. I need you to be my friend. I need you to help me help this business succeed. And you know what? Those days, I was getting printing jobs from some corporate organizations. And when you get printing jobs from corporate organizations, they will give you 50 or 70% of the money, sometimes 30% if you are just starting. And when you deliver, after 2 weeks, they will give you the balance. So the first job I got to print umbrellas for UBA Bank, they gave me, I think, whether 30 or 40%, which was not enough to do the job. So immediately I called the branch manager. I said, I got an LPO from UBA, but I don't have enough cash to execute this business. I said, what should I do? And I remembered very well, it was around 5:35. Banks had closed in Nigeria, then in Lagos. I say in Lagos, bank has closed. And this woman said, okay, just make your way to the bank. And I make my way to the bank. They took me in through the back door. And before I left that place, the woman transferred the necessary money that I needed to execute that project into my account for me to go and execute that project. Now, I could have gone through a lot of procedures. In Nigeria, it's not easy to just get money like that. Maybe you might need to go through procedure. Your business must have been existing or banking with that bank for like 6 months and all that. So all those protocols was broken because I connected with her. So she became my influence and my power in that bank for many years that I was executing that printing job before she relocated to Canada. So you need to have influence. Then number 3, you need to have access and leverage more resources and relationship. To access and leverage more resources and relationships. That's the reason why you need intentional networking. The third reason, so that you can leverage and access more resources and relationships. Very important. I've just wrapped up that in the last story I told. You need resources. Like I said, that she was the relationship that gave me the resources that I needed to do that project. Then fourthly, you need to build partnerships and synergies. For partnership and synergies, because you can't do everything all by yourself. You can't do anything all by yourself. Take, for example, there was a time we needed to do some stuff on entrepreneurship in Akure. That is my organization. I've never been to Akure before, but what I leveraged on is a relationship of somebody who is doing something similar to what I wanted to do there in Akure. And I reach a conclusion with that person, and we ride on that platform in partnership with my organization, and we executed that projects. So you need partnerships and synergies. It's important for your business. You can't be an island. You can't do everything all by yourself. You must know people or organizations who are doing something similar to what you want to execute. And instead of recreating the wheel and starting all over again, leverage on the wheel that they have already created and launch your brand from there. Then the last reason there that I will give, to get things done, to advance your professional career or your business or your status symbol or your social status, to get things done to advance your professional career or your business or your social status or your status symbol. Yes, you need to get things done. You can imagine if I sit here and I tell you that, oh, I have a direct relationship with Dangote. That alone has increased my social status. That alone can advance my business. So you must know those 5 things and leverage on them intentionally. You leverage on them intentionally. So I move quickly. Strategies of intentional networking. What are the strategies of intentional networking? I'm going to run through the strategy, and then we can take questions and we can call it a day. Strategies of intentional networking. Number 1, define your networking goal. Don't just say, I want to meet business people. It makes no sense. But say to yourself, sit down. That's why we said it's a deliberate planning. Sit down and define your networking goals. What do I want to achieve? You just don't gather people and you expect that it should be able to help your business. No. If you know, oh, tomorrow I need something that will pertain to finance, then write it down. I need somebody in finance. If you know, oh, I need something that will pertain to logistics, write it down. I need somebody who is fantastic in logistics. So you must be able to first sit down to clearly define your networking goals. You must clearly define your networking goal. I said, first, determine what you would like to achieve through your networking efforts. That's the first thing you have to do. Define it. You must know what you want to achieve with it. Don't just gather people. Know what you want to achieve with it. Do you want to achieve career advancement? Do you want it to be your business growth? Do you want it for fundraising? Do you want it for status symbol? Do you want it for spiritual growth? Do you want it for successful marriage? Do you want it for successful business relationship? Do you want it for successful friendship? All these you have to put into consideration. It's a lot of work because all these that I've just mentioned, you need all that in your life. I remember there was a particular year in my business in 2012. I wrongly invested in a business outside my business. I felt, oh, the oil and gas business is booming, blah, blah, blah. And my business has a certain amount of money. So I got a friend who told me he was my childhood friend. But then I was naive. I didn't make a lot of research as to what I would have done now. And I put in all I have gathered, which I remember it was like 4.7 million naira then. And I put everything in that oil and gas business. We leased a filling station. We got the filling station. Where my location was like 4 to 5 hours away from where the filling station was. So he was practically the one managing the filling station because he lives just like 10 minutes away from the filling station. So we put the money there. And after 6 months to 7 months, the whole thing went down to zero. And I lost everything. And I couldn't pay my house rent. I couldn't pay my office rent. I was thrown out of the office. I was thrown out of the office on a broad daylight, like around 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Court came and told me to move my things. They even seized some of my things. I had to even start giving out some of those things I couldn't carry, But I remember I got back home. I was depressed for like a week or two. And after that depression, I remembered a particular engineer, successful engineer that I've met. And I called him up and I said, sir, I would like to meet with you. And I said, sir, I said something to him. I said, sir, right now I have a business. I have a wife. I have a family, a daughter. I said, at this point, I think I need somebody like you that is successful in these 3 areas. And I remembered the first thing the man first said. He said, Fred, we first need to look at the area of your marriage. If your marriage is intact, you have the support of your wife, and it will be easier for you to launch out again. So we took close to like 2 to 3 months working on the area of my marriage, what I need to be doing, how I need to do it, how I respond to situations at home, and all that. And eventually the man was the person who put me off in a space in his office. He gave me a room to run my business from, and that was where I ran the business for some years. So you need to clearly define the networking goal, because when I was going to him, I knew what I was looking for. I was looking for somebody who is successful in business, who is successful in marriage, and who is successful in family. That was what I was looking for. So, and I found him to be in such state. And he did help a lot in that 2012, 2013. So you need to clearly define your networking goal. It's important. Step 2, you need to reassess your network. This is where the work is actually hard. You need to sit down. When you have defined your networking goals, you need to now sit down and look at your own present network. There is no, I used to repeat this word, I got it from one of my mentors. There is no trash can for human beings. That's why I don't joke with any human being on earth. There's no trash can for human beings. I met somebody in which we still exchange talk till today. I met the person through Adeola. I would never have met Aisha Jeridi. I met her through Adeola. And till today, we still talk. You understand me? You can imagine if I have commonized and I say, oh, Adeola, what does he have to offer? He doesn't have anything to offer, I beg. No. Sit down and look at your network. Who are the people you have in your contact? Now, don't just browse through your phone and look through your phone book or so. No. Go to your system. If you don't have a system, get a diary or get a notebook and write out the people that you have in your contact and what you think they can do for you. The people that you have in your contact and what you think they can do for you, categorize them. Categorize them. Somebody may just be your classmate from secondary school, but you'll be shocked that classmate from secondary school who you perceive, oh, he's not doing well right now, can be the next to the governor that you are trying to meet. The governor might be his uncle. So it's important. I remember one incident in this last election in Nigeria. I did campaign for the Kwara State governor. Now, the deputy Kwara State governor, I met him through the wife, who is the owner of the school where my daughter attends. So you can imagine, if I've said, oh, she's just a proprietress of my daughter's school, it makes no sense. No, but I built a relationship with her in such a way that she eventually introduced me to the husband, and I became very close to the husband, and eventually I got into the campaign team for his election as the deputy governor of Kwara State. So you must critically sit down and look at your network, write down what they can do for you. The research says that you are 7 people away from whoever you are looking for. If you want to get Mark Zuckerberg right now, you are 7 people away from Mark Zuckerberg. And even these days, it is less than 7. So don't commonize any relationship. So if you don't have a database, create one now. Whether you're already in business or you're about to start your business, create a database. You are as rich as your database. Your network determines your net worth. You are as rich as your database. So reassess your network and create a database. Then thirdly, create a plan. Now you have a goal of what you want to achieve. You have a database that you can start with. Create a plan. To create a plan, look at your networking goal again. Look at your database. Identify minimum of 3 people that is currently outside your network, whom it would be helpful to have in your network. It's a deliberate thing. Identify 3 people that is not in your network that you deliberately want to add to your network. So from those your list, look at who can help you network with these people. You understand me? List the names of these people. List their organizations. list their names, list their organization, list where you will find them, list how you will meet them, and identify how you are going to reach out to them and when. Networking is not a forever thing. You must have when you intend to reach out to them and how you intend to reach out to them. So you must create a plan around it. Create a plan. Then number four, clearly identify what you need to do next based on the name of the persons that you have created. What you need to do next. Now, what are this person? A lot of us, we make mistake of my mentor. There was a time I was talking to one of my mentor and I told him I was so depressed. I think that was 2017. I was so depressed. I said, you know, I know people. When they say somebody needs to know people, I say, sir, I know people. I say, I know the number 2 person in Nigeria. That is the deputy governor. I know people. I know people a lot. He now said, Fred, you know people, but do you have impact in their lives? He said, knowing is not enough. But what is your impact in their lives? That's anytime you call, they cannot reject your call. I said, wow, I've never thought of it that way until that 2017. What is my impact in the lives of these people that I say that I know? So I had to go back to the drawing board and I would look at, okay, Mr. Ade-ijimakinwa, what can I do for him? What can make significant impact that he will always remember me? And I remember that particular name I mentioned. I called him up. I said, sir, anytime you need to write something around your brand, around your organization, you know, just let me know. I will write it for you for absolutely free. And I was doing that for him for close to like 2 years. I was doing it for him for absolutely free. But I was using that to build the relationship in such a way that anytime I call on him again, he cannot say no. So you must be able to get to that point where you now identify what are the things that I'm going to do for these people. Don't assume that some people have everything. You must be getting it wrong. You know, I used to tell people, one of my mentors used to say it also, Mr. Okechukwu Omegu. Okechukwu Omegu will say, he said, one day, armed robbers met him by his car and they put a gun to his chest and they say, give us the money, give us the money. We know you have money. He said he was just laughing. And you know the reason why he was laughing? He said, he now told them that you are making a mistake. Rich people, we don't have money in cash. We have money in assets and investments. He said, so we don't have it in cash. He said, this is my ATM, the only ATM I have. And I don't have more than 120,000 naira in the inside, heaven and earth. But I have a network in which if I want to access anything, I will access anything. He said, if you had come to my office and you say, Mr. Igochukwu, I need you to help me do this, I would have gone all the way for you guys. You know, he said he was just laughing and he gave them the ATM peacefully. He gave them the PIN. They said, follow him to the bank. He said, I don't need to follow you to the bank. I've given you the PIN. I've given you to the ATM. He said, collect the money. He just want 20,000. He said, but next time when you see rich people, they don't carry assets about. He said, maybe what he said touched them. He doesn't know. They shall left him and they took the ATM and they left. You know, so don't just conclude that, oh, this person has everything. Think of what you can do for that person. Look at that person you want to network with. Look at his business and begin to ask yourself, what can I do to help this person business successful? Because once you help that person's business successful, there is no way the person will forget you. So you ask yourself, what can I do to help this person's business successful? What can I do to help this person's life successful? What can I do to help this person become this? So all that you must put into place what you would do when you meet that person. Whether you are giving them information about a project that can help them or knowledge about what can help them in their business, whatever you are doing, just make sure you are not going to people you want to network with empty-handed. It's a lot of critical work and brain work. You are not going to them empty-handed. You're going to them with a mindset that you want to help them do something so that you can have significant impact in their lives. And when you have significant impact in their lives, it becomes easy for you to assess them. Then the last point there, if you have put together your goal and you have been able to define your goal, and then also you've been able to highlight the people that you need, and you've been able to look through your database and adjust your database, and you've been able to identify what you are going to do for them so that in returns, they will be able to do something for you. Then the last thing you need to do is to take the action. So when you have done all those things on paper, don't leave it on paper. Just like I said earlier, we have lots of entrepreneurs who leave things on paper. That's why for every positive plan, you must have a date for it. So take the necessary action. Yes, when you take the action, some will misunderstand you, but just persist, making sure, at least in your own part, you are doing what you say you would do for that person. In your own part, you are doing that. That is what is important. And you realize that eventually they will come to buy into your personality. And that can help you achieve the 5 reasons of intentional networking. I would like to stop here while I take some questions. If there are questions, then we can call it a day. Adiola, over to you, please.
Thank you so much, sir. Wow, what a wonderful session is that. Lost. Now, if you have any question, please raise up your hand. We are just going to take 1 or 2 questions. We are going to take 1 or 2 questions. Okay, one person. Is the only one person that we have, because we have less than 10 minutes to finish up. So in that case, is the only person that is having a question. After him, I'm not going to take any other question again. Another person with questions? If you cannot talk, you can do it to type it in the comment box. What's it called? Okay. Someone Nestor, we can take your question.
Okay, good afternoon. And thanks to Mr. Alfred for the wonderful lessons. I'm actually learning today like for the first time. My question here is with the strategies for intentional networking. With the second point, I really don't know how to create a database. So if you could enlighten me on how to create a database, I would be happy. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. It's not difficult to create a database. Every day you meet people. And I'm sure you also have gone through probably secondary school, you've gone through probably university or through technical school. You've been moving around in your neighborhood, you belong to a neighborhood, you attend a church or a mosque, or you attend a spiritual place. You understand me? And in your phone, you have truckload of assets already. in your phones. You have truckload of assets. Then in your community and all these places I've mentioned, you have truckload of assets. So you have to now sit down. If you have a laptop or a desktop computer, open a Word or you use a Excel page and put down the names of people, their phone number, if you know the business they are into or the organization where they work or the place where they live, put it against their name, or the place where you met them, put it against their name. All these people, they are actually assets that you can network with to get whatever you want on earth. To get whatever you want on earth. So if you go through your phone right now, I'm sure you have some people on your phone. Even your brother is a network. You understand me? Take for example now, I have a brother who runs a church in Port Harcourt. That is another state in Nigeria. If I want to do anything in Port Harcourt, I don't need to travel to Port Harcourt to go and do those things. I just call him. Oh, bros, do you have anybody in your church that can help me do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this? And he will give me contact. Or I'm say, bros, oh, do you have anybody in Port Harcourt, not even in your church, in your environment, or that can help me do this, do this, do this? And he connects me with that person. And I leverage on that person. So you can imagine if I've concluded that, oh, it's just my brother. So it makes no sense. You'll be shocked. Even your aged parents, they are your network. They are your network. You understand me? Learn to leverage on all the people that are on your network. They belong or they have assets hidden behind them. You know, I always say this. That is the strategy of network marketing. They are not asking you to go and bring 10 people to join the network marketing. They say just bring 2 people that you can influence. That's all. So once you bring 2 people that you can influence, they are good. And they know that every human being can influence minimum of 5 people. Just bring 2 out of those 5 people. And the chain keeps growing. Those 2 people too will bring 2 people. Those other 2 people will bring, and the chain reaction continues. So that's the way you also network in business. I hope I've been able to help that with that, Nestor.
Yes, thank you very much, sir.
Over to you, Adeola.
Hello, sir. I just want to thank you so much for the insights, for what you have revealed. I'm so touched. I am so blessed to have you. Thank you. This is just all what I want to say. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, Patrick, I guess.
Hello, Mr. Alfred.
Okay, hello, Patrick. How you doing?
My name is Patrick. Thank you so much for the session. I've really learned a lot. I just have one question in relation to, you touched on introverts and networking. So at times you find that you have a business idea, but now getting to network with the people is a bit hard for introverts. So how would you advise somebody maybe who's an introvert on how to network with people? Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Now, when you say it is a bit hard for introverts, it is not easy for anybody. It's not also easy for extroverts. It's just that extroverts are lucky that they are expressive. Introverts are not expressive. I've been an introvert for many years, and this is what has worked with me. Number one, every day in front of my mirror, I'm being honest with this, in the last 8 years, every day in front of I have a large mirror at home, I have a large mirror in the office. Every day, minimum of 1 hour, I practice talking to people in front of my mirror. I got that secret from Martin Luther King and one pastor, T.D. Jakes. So every day I practice, or if I meet people, how do I talk? How do I express myself? Like, for example, this teaching I'm doing right now, I've done it to myself last night. You understand me? So this is like a replay. I was alone in my room last night in front of my mirror, and I did the teaching to myself. I did the necessary correction. That's why it seems as if it's coming out so easily. You understand? Even as I'm talking to you, the laptop where I had the presentation is not on in front of me, but I know what to say, how to say it. Why? Because I've done it last night before now. You understand me? So find a way, even if it's 15 minutes, practice in front of your mirror. That's how, because that will help you to prepare your mind when you need to meet people. That's the first thing I did for myself. Then secondly, join social club. Like we have a social club in Nigeria. I don't know whether that such social club is in your country. We have Toastmaster in Nigeria. In Toastmaster, they teach you how to be a speaker, how to talk to people. So join Toastmaster so that you can express yourself. Go for public speaking and training, where they can teach you how to express yourself. There is no human being. If you are in business, you must have a different personality entirely. I am sure you know Dangote, or maybe Strive Masayiwa of Econet, or Mo Ibrahim. You realize that these people, they are very quiet people. But when it comes to their business, they know how to express themselves. It didn't happen overnight. It's as a result of constant rehearsal, constant doing it, constant meeting people. So be deliberate also as an introvert. Just tell yourself, I want to meet somebody today and talk to the person about myself or my business. Do it like an assignment for yourself. And as you do it every day, you keep getting better. Let me even tell you one of the secrets that I do, and I still do till tomorrow. When I read online about one successful business person in my country, when I read about them, the next thing I go online, I look for their email address. I look for their phone number if I can get their phone number. I look for their social platform if I can send direct message to them on their social platforms. I look for it. And what do? I immediately send them messages. Oh, I just ran into you. I was reading about you. I was reading about what you've done and all that. And you'll be shocked. Some of them will actually respond. Some don't respond. But at least I've done my own part. And those who eventually respond, I feel very good about it. Like 5 days ago, I recently just met online Sefiata. Sefiata is a Pulitzer winner in literature, and very big in US and very big in Nigeria. Sefiata and Gugua, And I just went and I saw that, she has a website. And on her website, I saw her email. And I sent her an email. And she responded. And since then, it has been like a snail mail between me and her. She tells me even things that she has not told people, that she has not said in any of her interviews. She keeps telling me, Mr. Alfred, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of, she was telling me a lot, and we're sending mails. Even this morning, before I started this program, I just responded to one of her mails. And I realized that she's enjoying the conversation. I'm networking. You understand me? So, Patrick, that's how you start as an introvert. Stand in front of your mirror or stand in your house, even on the street, wherever you have, speak to yourself on how, if I have the opportunity to meet one successful business person, how will I introduce myself? Then introduce yourself to the hair. It might look stupid, but you will get there. One day it will become relevant. I hope that is clear.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful session. It's another opportunity to have you around. But of course, 3D Africa and Business IQ Africa will also be coming up with something very soon for business people, young people in business and less. We'll still get to hear about that very, very soon. But for now, it's a pleasure having Mr. Alfred amidst us. It has been a wonderful lecture, and I hope that you are going to have the opportunity to, the privilege to take critical actions on some of the things that you have learned, so that you could start networking and, of course, start developing your business as you have dreamed. Thank you so much for everything. God bless you. The meeting is ending now.
Thank you very much, Adiola.
Like the when you tell them to go and the they give the person. How are you, my love? Jesus.